you'll be the beau of the ball.
I'd feel a bit better if one of us knew we were going to meet.
Oh, I don't know. Makes it a bit more mysterious. Gives the evening an edge.
What if it's the boring one?
Oh, we'll leave fast and clear out. We've done that before.
Is the water hot?
Oh, about time too.
I had the bath yesterday.
About time you got rid of that long face you've been carrying around with you all week.
It was.
You has. What's changed your mind?
Well, no cooking, no washing up, and 2 magical mystery guests who might turn out to be a good laugh.
Oi. What if it's the boring one?
I'll blame you.
All right. What is the matter with you?
Keep your voice down.
You just don't know when to stop, do you?
Yeah.
Here am I trying to straighten out our finances, and every time I draw up a plan to show some daylight, we get another smack in the gut from another spending spree.
Finished?
Is there any more letters like this on the way?
Probably not.
Probably?
Definitely.
It's a phobia with you, isn't it? I mean, you've only got to walk...
I was planning to pay this off in my wages at the Four Star.
Oh, change the record, will you? It's the same as it was yesterday, the same as it'll be tomorrow. You really know how to go over the top, you don't you?
And you don't like?
What do you mean?
The burglar. You didn't go over the top with him, I suppose.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Oh, it's all right dragging my faults into the open, but yours we have to keep under wraps, don't we?
Like it was an accident.
Oh, you fell on his nose and broke it, did you?
Look, I panicked a bit, that's all. I didn't know what else to do.
And what do you think I do when the kids need new shoes? Or Christmas presents? And there's nothing in the fridge and my purse is empty. You throw a punch, I write a credit slip. I want to work at the Four Star.
No chance.
These cutbacks on newspapers, electricity. It's all effort and no result. We're just punishing ourselves for getting into this mess in the first place. And it won't get us out of them. We'll just get depressed and end up spending more.
Oh, no, we won't.
We need money. Hard cash coming in.
15 quid a night. You'll be lucky.
With tips, I'm usually lucky.
And who do the tips come from, eh?
Tony.
No, I didn't mention him, did I?
Not much you didn't. Nobody else tips me. He's the only one. Sits at the bar all night long, gazing into my eyes. Orders more drinks just so he can talk to me. And then part with another over-generous tip. In fact, Tony's the only customer in the club, and I'm the only barmaid. That do you? 4 nights a week. 60 quid. We need it.
We'll hold out.
With what?
Something will turn up.
When? Easter? Next Christmas? We'll lose our furniture if I don't start back at the Four Star.
I said no.
Any news? Well, I heard he's dead in the funerals on Monday, dead in the funerals next Wednesday, and still alive in the funerals tomorrow.
It's not funny, Carl. Come on.
I'm not saying it is, I'm just telling you what I heard.
Well, he can't be dead. The headmaster would have made a big announcement and there'd be an inquiry, wouldn't there?
Well, I heard one of the teachers saying he was still unconscious.
Still?
Still, yeah, that's what I heard. What do you think?
She what?
Well, are you scared or what?
Of course I'm scared, Divvy. I don't want him dead, do I?
Well, what are we going to do if he does die?
Alex will back me up on this, Mr. Henthorne. We stress the positive, ignore...
You can't ignore people's fears. You've got to tell them it's safe.
Take the oil companies. What do they do? Roam the camera across beautiful, unspoiled countryside, and then some actors' mellifluous tones tell us, you won't believe the ingenuity and good taste of the oil companies. But under that idyllic landscape, we've laid a pipeline. Aren't we not only technologically brilliant, but don't we just care for the environment?
Yeah, but...
Don't tell us they've refused to clean up all the rivers they've polluted with discharges, thus totally knackering all the wildlife, and leaving all the fish contaminated up to 220 times above the limit for human consumption. There's no campaign saying, don't worry, it's safe.
Some chemical companies are publicly committed to phasing out CFCs while at the same time producing other gases which they know to be ozone depleters. But they don't advertise that fact. They don't say, don't worry, it's safe.
But the safety aspect is what the public is anxious about, and it's got to be stressed.
Toxic waste is safe.
I don't need market research to tell me the public are terrified
With
of
the greatest
toxic
respect,
waste.
Mr. Henthorne, we have to go about this campaign a bit more scientifically.
As we do with all our clients, we'll analyse the reactions of a carefully chosen sample group, what they think, feel, etc.
And from that we arrive at a strategy.
Tell them it's safe. That's your strategy.
Saying it doesn't make it true.
Can't prove that it isn't. This all sounds very negative.
Let's face it, toxic waste isn't perceived in a positive light. What we have to do is stress the positive things about your firm, such as the incubators you donate to hospitals.
Incubators? What incubators?
A few incubators will do wonders for your PR. It'd be the best investment you could make.
Better to be known as the firm that saves babies' lives rather than the firm that processes toxic waste.
Near wasteland where children like playing.
Oh, no, the land's all sealed off.
Well, we've polarised the argument for effect.
Oh.
And right at the end of the ad about the incubators, we slip in the fact that your firm provides jobs in a very depressed area and spends millions of pounds on research. Is toxic waste a challenge to the future or merely an obstacle? Something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Doesn't the industry do research into microbiological engineering?
Oh, yes, they're developing bugs to eat toxic waste. Oh, it's all natural. Simply speed it up.
Well, that's how to meet a challenge, overcome an obstacle.
And while you're in the lab developing the bugs, you could also be buying the old oil wells in the North Sea and using them to pump in the toxic waste.
The oil companies win again.
Yes, but tell them it's safe.
The more times you say it, the more suspicion grows.
Methinks that does protest too much and all that.
You have to make them feel it.
Feel it?
A handsome guy rides into the stock exchange on a throbbing motorbike. Raised eyebrows all round from the straight-laced stockbrokers. He rides straight up to Ms. Drop-Dead Gorgeous, slaps down a pair of jeans in front of her. She takes her skirt off. We cut to the watching, astonished eyes, and then cut back to the girl just in time to catch a glimpse of her knickers as she pulls on the jeans. We stay behind her to get a worm's eye view of her bum. Well, that's what it is, isn't it? And so, a perfect view of her perfect bum as she clambers onto the bike and our two beautiful people ride off and the sails of Levi soar. You don't have to actually say it, if you can just make them feel it.
You mean you think you could make toxic waste sexy?
Took your time, didn't you?
That's the general idea of detention, isn't it?
Oh, good one. It's a pity you weren't doing biology. We might have some news.
We have got some news. Good news.
We didn't snuff it then. You must have broken something.
A collarbone and a leg, I think.
Oh, great. Let's hope that's more painful than it sounds like.
And he got expelled as well.
Yes, and not before time. Who told you?
Blanchard. Well, he wanted the name of Sinnott's customers.
Oh, yes, some hope.
Yeah. Well, in honour of the Sinnott's going, we had a minute's laughter.
This place will be like a holiday camp now he's gone. In fact, I bet the teachers are more made up than we are.
They are and all. Hey, what about Sinnott's gorillas?
Well, I know if they give us any hassle, we'll pick them off one by one.
How'd you know that?
I told them. Anyone say anything to you?
How do you mean?
About who dropped on the acid divvy? Nobody ask any questions?
Nah. You?
No. They must have just thought he OD'd.
Well, he did, didn't he?
Serve him right and off.
Tell you what, it's put me right off fizzy drinks.
And if this was a billboard, we'd be stressing all the positive things about your firm, cleanliness, jobs, and lots of green grass surrounding it.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I'm late for the Creatives Conference, if you'll excuse me.
Of course. Nice meeting you.
And your firm's logo right at the bottom here.
Oh, no. That should go in the middle. Dead centre.
No.
Would that unbalance the images?
Well, I have to be honest, I think perhaps it would, yes. But I'm not here. Excuse me.
My chairman wants the logo 4 foot tall.
Would that be the best use of the money?
Sorry?
Well, a logo that size would overshadow or dominate everything else, so why go to the expense of developing a campaign? It is best to have this out now, save time and money later. And I'd never get our creatives to do it. I can't tell them their job.
Isn't their job to do what they're told or face the consequences?
We can sell the telephone directory if you want. But a big logo, slap bang in the middle, wouldn't it?
Screw it up.
Any firm that tells you otherwise is stealing your money.
OK, I'll go with it. But
It'll be fine, I promise.
it's all very well you smiling. I'm the one who's got to persuade my chairman of this, so it better be good. I shall want the visuals in 3 weeks.
3 weeks it is.
It's my neck in the noose, not yours.
I'll see you in 3 weeks, Mr. Henshaw.
I wish I could say this had been a pleasure, but I'm really not sure.
Well done, team.
Do you think we should take this account?
What?
Well, it's going to attract a hell of a lot of bad PR. Is the revenue really worth all the crap and criticism that will come our way? And what about our other clients? How are they going to feel about being represented by us apologists for toxic waste? I mean, let's face it, most people are environmentally conscious these days, even Kev the Croc. And personally, I think the whole idea stinks and we should avoid it like the plague.
But you've been throwing yourself into this.
Because I think our clients deserve our very best, yes, and that's what they'll get from me. But I feel our firm deserves at least the same, which is why I think you should weigh up the pros and cons of this account. And there are a hell of a lot of cons. Surprised Alex hasn't said anything.
Not a squeak.
Oh, well, maybe he forgot. See you later.
Can I ask you something?
You're not scared of them, are you?
No. No one seen it was lying there, not moving and that. Your face went all white.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead.
So did I.
Was you sorry or what?
Well, that could have been our Jackie lying there on the deck. Or anybody else who didn't know what they were taking. I mean, God knows how many kids are dropping acid or whatever because of sin it. That's what I was thinking when he was on the deck. Come on, he won't try nothing.
He did a great job, didn't he?
You sweet, like. What did you do?
I was lookout.
Oh, big wow.
Who had the Walkman?
Yeah, you were trying to play it. I was the one who found the stuff.
All right, but if you would have snuffed it, I would have had to take the blame as much as you.
Behave, will you? And anyway, there'll be somebody else playing Sinnett's Walkman soon enough.
What about them?
Well, as long as they don't bother our Jackie and Tony. It's somebody else's problem. You know what I mean?
It's going to cost the school a bomb and broken windows, isn't it?
Yeah, but at least Sinnett won't bother our Jackie again. That's the main thing.
Thank you. Don't worry, they haven't arrived yet. Thank you. What do you want to drink, love?
Yeah, do you do beer?
Can we have 2 glasses of white wine, please? Medium dry. Thank you.
Rather white wine, was it toss-up?
I want you to be on your best behaviour tonight, so just relax, enjoy yourself, love.
You're not order, eh? Hey, up. Not these two, surely to God. This is getting a bit,
Hey, come on. 2 magical mystery guests who might turn out to be a really good laugh, eh? Remember? Here, here's the wine. Thank you. Hey, cheers.
To an entertaining evening.
Oh, it's bound to be that.
Chrissy?
Gina! Hello! Hello! Oh, you look wonderful.
Hello.
Oh, Nigel! How are you?
I'm fine.
This is Frank.
Hello, Frank.
You haven't got a spare £2.5 to throw out, have you?
You're joking, aren't you? I was just going to ask you the same thing. The bank's knocked £2,000 off the house.
What's that mean?
Well, it means the price of the house is still the same, but they're going to give us £2,000 less than what we wanted.
So you've still got to find another £2 grand?
Oh, she'll go spare when she reads this letter.
You can't do that to her, Ted.
It'll break her heart if she loses this place now.
Oh, hi, Emmy. Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. You know, the worst thing about late-night shopping is you shop late at night.
And when you left to marry Frank, it coincided somehow with a general sort of, well, a loss of innocence, I suppose.
Oh, what do you mean?
It was like the 60s had ended.
It had. It was 1973.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
No, it was like the end of an era of optimism, a belief that things could change for the better.
Certainly the end of good music.
Definitely. I just realised this is a clapped-out hippies reunion.
Chris was never hippie.
Neither were we.
We never quite got there, which is probably why we're so nostalgic.
Yeah, it'd be something like that.
I never thought you'd finish the course.
Oh, thanks a lot.
No. You were always leading the demos and the sittings and haranguing the deadheads all the time. I just thought they'd kick you out.
Oh, they wouldn't have dared. I know it's going to sound a bit awful, Gina, but... Well, you've changed a lot, you know. You're a bit boring at college.
Charming.
Oh, she was. Well, actually, I wasn't so much boring as shy. Then he came along.
I opened her out.
In more ways than one. After college, we hitched all over Europe and the States. I stopped being shy.
I don't know why, but I'm surprised we recognised each other. You look better than you did 20 years ago, and can you lend me a fiver?
You say that again, I'll make it a tenner. Cheers.
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 I'm sorry, but I just can't believe this.
They're going to build a path alongside the house.
So they're not going to give us the full mortgage?
You've read that bit out 3 times now. No, they're not going to give us a full mortgage.
They can't just do that.
Well, they can and they have.
So where are we going to get another £2,000 for?
I don't know. Where's the Echo?
You could borrow it.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you know could lend us it?
Barry Grant.
No chance. Where's the Echo?
I just bought one. Why? What do you want it for?
See what houses are on the market, because it looks like we're going to have to move.
It was your fault. You put me up to it.
No, it was a conspiracy. We were thinking of making a play for him.
Me? I never knew anything about that.
Well, you weren't in on the conspiracy. I couldn't do much about it because, well, I had him in the background.
There's always one fly in the ointment, isn't there?
It was you and the other Gina, your best mate.
Gina Stewart.
Gina
Stewart?
And they put me up for Rat Queen, and I won. You should have seen me, Frank. Paraded around Liverpool in March on a float wearing a swimming costume. Goose pimples bigger than my nose.
Yeah, that was pre-women's lib and feminism.
It was pre-everything. In fact, it was prehistoric.
Yeah, it certainly was.
See what was supposed to happen while she was out of the way?
Well, we were going to move in on you.
I missed out. I never noticed a thing.
Well, she bottled out, I think. She was scared of you.
Oh, what could I have done? I was stuck on a float freezing my bum off.
And what were you doing while all this was going on, Frank?
I was a steel erector, trying to cure myself of vertigo.
I wish I'd done something other than teach.
Oh, me too. Anything.
I'm a wagon driver, and that's the be-all and end-all. I'm stuck with it.
And we're stuck with being teachers.
I know which one I'd prefer.
I'm a surrogate father to half my kids. I'm a surrogate mother to some of the others. But I'm a prison warder to most of them. And that's what my job amounts to in the main. Preserving law and order. And if I manage that, I might be able to even teach them something in the remaining 5 minutes before the bell.
And then the government decides in their infinite wisdom that we don't work hard enough, so we can stay till 6 o'clock one night a week.
As if we don't anyway.
Try driving all over the place, spending loads of time away from your family. Not known till Christmas Eve whether you're working Christmas Day.
There are times I'd willingly swap a classroom for a lorry on the M1 and Radio 4.
I'd swap you, especially for the holidays.
No, they're not holidays. All we do is sleep. They're just recuperation periods.
You look around a staff room at the beginning of term, and then you look around at the end and you see people tired, aged, generally clapped out.
You want to look around the transport cat washroom, see men stripped to the waist getting washed in cold water in the middle of February.
And everybody hates teachers. They do. If a kid's thick, then blame the teacher. Don't blame the parents who won't switch off the telly and tell them to read a book. Oh, no, just blame us.
That's right. I hate teachers.
Me too.
I see what you mean.
More wine?
Oh, can we afford it?
No!
More wine.
So which 4 nights did you have in mind?
Whichever 4 nights they need me. Usually Saturdays every week.
So that's 60 quid a week extra in your hand for defo?
At least. Add that to what I get in the shop. You'll be back on the road in a couple of weeks. We'll write as rain in a few months.
No. It'd kill you. You'd be knackered all the time. We'd just end up arguing.
We end up arguing now. I'm not even bringing in the extra 60 quid. And when we can see daylight again, we'll get our credit card back. Joke. Well,
On condition.
I can't stop Tony drinking there.
No. When I'm on nights, I pick you up. And when I'm not, you get a cab.
What makes you think I'm going to take the bus? Right. Let's settle then.
Yeah. All right. How much do you reckon you'll make on tips?
Shouldn't be less than £5 a night.
That's more like 80 quid a week.
And why the sudden change of mind?
Well, I've been weighing up what you said, and it does make sense.
And supposing I had done, what would you have done, eh?
What could I have done?
Wish I had done now. Gone ahead and agreed to start tomorrow. And then told you to go mad.
No, I wouldn't.
Not much.
I wouldn't. I'd have put it down to your determination to help us through all this.
I don't know anything about trust.
Oh, I'd have trusted you, of course I would. Honest.
Good. I start back at the club tomorrow night, 9 till 1.
So, when was all this arranged?
About an hour ago.
Thanks, mate. Keep the change.
Thank you, sir. Well, Frank, I don't know what to say.
I do. Thanks very much. Excuse me while I go to the loo.
Help yourself, Gina.
We'll do it again, and next time it's on us.
OK, Nige, you're on.
I know a great chippy.
Yeah, you serious?
I'll go get the coat.
Well done.
What?
Well, I suppose you know this means we're going to have to see them again now.
Well, you like them, don't you?
Not that much.
Here, a 3-bedroom Victorian house, the Fairfield area, £40,000.
We're not thinking straight, you know. We're not thinking at all. We're just panicking.
Well, you do tend to panic when you're about to be turfed out your house, you know.
You know, we must be crazy. If the valuation of the house has been lowered, then so should our offer to the vendor.
The vendor being Jonathan, who already gave it to us at a knockdown price.
Jonathan's a businessman. He gave us nothing. He found himself a buyer, saved himself a lot of hassle, got the house off his hands quick.
Yeah?
Well, the pathway that's got nothing to do with us has devalued the house. And any buyer will...
We'll say the same thing.
Ask an estate agent. Ask Chrissy Rogers.
How far do you think we can push him?
How far's £2,000? He's got every right to say no.
So we'll say no.
There's only one way to find out.
Hey, do it by letter. Photocopy that letter for him in the bank, because you know what Jonathan's like. He wouldn't believe the Mother Teresa unless he saw the birth certificates.
Maybe he won't want to put it up for sale again. Not with the market being the way it is.
Well, if he won't drop the price, we're just going to have to move, aren't we? It's as simple as that.
TV Dinners next celebrates the Chinese Moon Festival with an 8-course feast next on Living. Come on.
Ron! Here.
Right, look.
Everything was fine until Christmas. Now it's chaos.
You don't need to tell me.
Well, shouldn't we be sitting her down and talking it out?
We will. We will.
We've had all weekend, half of last week, and we still haven't said anything.
Yeah, well, we've both been busy, haven't we?
Well, it's ridiculous. She's got to be told.
So loud.
He's brain dead, for God's sake.
I meant Margaret.
When are we going to sit down and get things sorted out?
I don't know. Later. I've got other things on my mind.
You can't just employ somebody and let them walk all over us.
Doesn't.
You're terrified of upsetting her, aren't you? Terrified she'll just walk out.
Well, yeah, because it'll be me left holding the baby, not you.
I know, but look, if I get this job, I won't be able to do as much either.
I will talk to her.
When? When? Shh. I tell you, see, we'll come back at lunchtime and get things sorted out, all right? Agreed?
Okay.
Jonathan Gordon Davis. OK. It's personal.
Why do pens always run out when you're in a hurry?
Are you late anyway?
I just want to sign this form. Have you seen that green pen anywhere?
What form?
Oh, thanks.
Hello. He's gone on holiday. Oh, can you get him to ring me? He's got me number. It's urgent. Bye. Well, no wonder I can't get him at the flat. He's gone on holiday, hasn't he?
Oh, well, he'll ring when he gets back.
Well, I want to get moving on it. I mean, who the hell goes on holiday in January? Oh, I know. People with money.
Well, at least he won't be selling out to someone else.
Well, I just want to make a start on it. The bank might withdraw their offer, mightn't they? I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure he'll say yes. I mean, even if he does have to drop a bit, I mean, it's a lot less hassle for him. No chains of buyers and sellers and that.
You're talking about the bloke who did take our furniture?
His furniture?
No wonder Barry calls him Baron von Hardup.
Don't be soft. Anyway, here, I've got to go.
What's that for?
Oh, it's just an application for a credit card.
You never mentioned nothing to me about it.
I told you, I moved to another branch for my new job.
Oh, did they offer you it?
It's better money, better job. It's a new start, so let's treat ourselves.
Do you know how much the interest is on them? We're struggling here to try and find £2,000 to buy this place, and you're thinking of taking one of them house? The interest on them is sky high.
You don't have to pay interest, not if you pay it back on time.
Oh, aye, and who does that? Hardly anyone. It's a mug's game.
No, but if there's things we need, we can spread out the payment, you know, especially when we've got this mortgage.
Yeah, we haven't got the house yet, have we?
I haven't got the credit card yet, have I?
Did you pick the post up, love?
Yeah, nothing for us, love.
Oh, I wish they'd let us know. It's been 3 weeks since we saw the police.
You know what they say? No news is good news.
Well, it's easy to say that. I can't stand the waiting. Yet I'm dreading a letter coming.
I know, me too. You know what that solicitor said, though?
I just want to know. I mean, if they keep it at a caution, that's fine. Should I go and ring them, eh?
Yeah. Any chance of a refill, love?
Yeah, help yourself, will you, son? The back door's open.
Oh, where? Oh, will you? Well, must be on his face, eh?
Joking.
Look, love, I know you're worried. But if you go ringing up, it's only going to put it all back in the couple's minds again. It's best just to wait and see.
Well, it's not doing the kids any good. They're at each other's throats all the time.
Yeah, I know, but the suspense is part of the punishment, isn't it? I mean, it's their own luck out there. They got themselves involved.
What's been going on over there? That wasn't like that last night.
You haven't noticed?
Must be the wind.
That's not wind damage. It's been dug up.
Eh?
Well, I mean, look at it. It's wide open. Well, anyone could walk in through the woods.
No.
Well, if it doesn't bother you, it bothers me. I mean, I've already had my shed burgled.
Hey, we've had stuff nicked as well, you know. I mean, we did find out what happened to our mixed ghetto thingy, did we?
Oh, you'll fix it, love, eh?
Me? Why should I?
Because it's on your property.
I didn't dig it up.
Well, someone has.
Hey, Maxie, what are you getting at? You calling me a liar or something?
I was just wondering if your kids knew anything about it.
Hey, hang on a minute. Our Mike's been nowhere but school for the last 3 weeks.
I didn't mean your Mike.
Oh, go on. Accuse our Tony now.
Look, I haven't forgotten bonfire night, you know. If you can...
Max? Oh, will you convince your fella here that our kids aren't vandalising our own fence?
What have you been saying?
Well, obviously I'm wrong. I just don't like seeing fences down, that's all, after what happened to our shed.
Well, if the boys didn't do it, then...
They definitely didn't.
Oh, of course. Must be work started on the footpath. Sorry, darling.
Oh, that notice has been here for weeks. I forgot.
Not like you to forget something like that, Max. See you at lunchtime.
I thought it'd be months, years even, before it went ahead. Well, that's all we need.
Suppose you're lucky they're not putting it between us.
Bad enough where it is.
Handy for the shops, though.
Hey, just think of the passing trade, love. You know what, all the time that Moby's parked there, you know, it's dead time for us. But not anymore, eh, Max? Not anymore.
And what about midnight, eh? That kind of passing trade.
Oh, you'll soon get used to it.
All right, mate. Hey, put a bit of warm water in that for us, will you, mate?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but...
Just give it a miss this time, eh?
What you mean?
Look, we're trying to economise, all right?
Yeah, but your missus said to do them.
Not that I know of.
She did. I've just seen her going out. Now wants to go cross me out, mate.
Oh, all right. You know where the sink is. Help yourself,
Hey, see, Mad Max has had to go with Dicko again, eh?
Oh, why?
Yeah. But it's not his fault he started that path, is it?
You've started?
Yeah. Well, why? They've knocked the fence out.
We'll soon see about that.
Hey, Terry, it's freezing out there, mate. I mean, brass monkeys, you know.
Is it?
Yeah, it might even snow while it feels like it, anyway. Any chance of a cup of coffee?
Eh?
Cup of coffee?
I'm busy.
Oh, give us a cup of coffee. It's freezing out there.
I've got a call to make, and anyway, I'd never get rid of you, would I? You'd probably want to move in.
All right, I was desperate then.
Yeah, and I'm desperate now. Desperate for a bit of peace and quiet. Just do one, will you?
Give them a nice extra little polish, she said. But she wouldn't treat me like muck. Thanks, mate.
Hello? It's a Merseyside number. Mundra Developments.
All right, Ronaldo.
All right, Jay.
How's business, mate?
Very good, actually. Took a bit on last year.
Oh, nice one, yeah. Is it just the food and veg, is it, that you sell then?
Yeah, mainly, you know. Then there's the bits of bleach, you know, razor blades, all the other bits and bobs people always run out of.
All right. So, how'd you go on for the Arl household goods and that, then, eh?
Jimmy, can I get you something?
No, listen, I was just wondering, I could lay me hands on a nice pile of dusters for you. You know, very reasonable, cheap. What do you say?
Dusters?
Yeah. Well, when I say dusters, you know, tea towels, dishcloth, ironing board covers, good sellers, you know. Hey, get you your first batch today if you like, Rob.
Not today, I don't think, Jay. Sounds a bit iffy to me. I like the stuff they do door to door. Or some of that garbage them shysters sell on the streets downtown.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. Just thought I'd give you first call, you know what I mean?
Maybe some other day, eh, Jim?
Now, Dicko. Oh, it's cold enough, innit, lad?
Can't say I've noticed, actually, sir. I've been grafting.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely getting colder. Well, you feel it on this job, you know. Hey, Ron, you don't by any chance happen to be making a cup of tea, do you?
Well, Sinbad, does it look like I'm going to make a cup of tea? Some of us have proper work to do, you know.
Hey, Donald, you haven't got a minute, have you?
Hello, Sal. What can I do you for?
Get the windows down. I want to have a word with you about this pact.
Not you and all.
Hey?
No, it's all right, mate. Carry on.
Look, I've got a fella from the developers coming out to see me tomorrow. I want to know if you'll sign a petition with me against it, you know, something like that.
What for?
Well, to get it stopped. I mean, we don't need it, do we?
I can't see anything wrong with it myself, Tel. Why'd you go and see Mad Max? He'd probably sign it for you.
You're joking, aren't you? Aren't you bothered about it?
Live and let live, Tel. That's my motto.
Well, that's your new house there, isn't it? I mean, it's not $2,000 off the valuation of ours. We can't get the mortgage we want, so what's it going to knock off yours?
$2,000 just for a footpath?
Yeah, and ours is only a semi, isn't it?
Everything we had went into that house.
Well, that's not all, is it? I mean, you do your stock from home, don't you? And once the workmen are here, you won't be able to back your wagon in. And once that pat's opened, well, you're going to have people traipsing through your stock and everything, aren't you? So, are you going to fight it with us, then?
Don't you reckon it's a bit late?
Nah, we've still got time. So, come on, are you going to come in with us or what?
Actually, I don't think I will, Tel. I think I might just carry on like I have been doing. Only, thanks for the tip-off.
finished work and you've got the best polish in the close.
Yeah, well, you needn't have bothered. It's not my house.
What's up with you?
I'll tell you what's up with me. I'm cold and I'm broke and I'm tired of trying to make a living. Is that enough for you? What are you so cheerful about anyway?
I've got all the problems you've got, mate.
Oh, have you? I forgot to mention that my name is still Dog Muck with Kathy and my wife. And now that fella I'm sharing with, he's trying to shift some tart into the bedsit, isn't he? And on top of all that, they've got me up for not paying the poll tax. Beat that.
Oh, I can beat that, I tell you. Well, I can't pay poll tax, can I? Because I haven't registered, and I couldn't cop off to save me life. There you go.
Well, I wouldn't bother if I was you. I'm not bothering again.
What, you?
Yeah, me. It's true. I've had enough of relationships. I'm going celibate.
Sammy! Oh, I thought it was you. Ronnie, how are you doing? Fine. Hey, it must be a year since I last saw you. Yeah, it was just after the inquest. It all seems ages ago now. You were doing your A-levels now, weren't you? Gave them up. Oh, you never. You were always the cleverest out of us lot. I don't think so. How about you? The insurance broker's round the corner. Just taking this lot to the post office. Working now? Oh, go away. I bet you did something dead good. Hotel management. Yeah, oh, it sounds dead good. It's good money. Well, not really, but I like it, though. I'm in the York Hotel, you know, near the station. Ooh, dead posh, eh? You haven't seen the kitchens. I had Owen was going to college. How's he doing? We split up just before Christmas. Oh, God, I'm sorry. No, it's all right. Last I heard, you were going strong. Well, not really. I mean, it just sort of fizzled out. How about you? Oh, you know me. Different one each week, eh? Something like that. Are you seeing anyone? Oh, come on, then. Who is he? He's in hotel management, too. Oh, you met him through work? Yeah, on a course. Look, have you got time to come for some dinner with me? There's a cafe just round the corner. Yeah, I don't mind. Is he like Owen? No, he's mature and he's better. Well, yeah, he's better.
Hey, do us a cup of coffee, will you, mate?
Well, if I can find it.
Well, tea'll do. You know what? It's freezing out there, and not one of them would give us a cuppa.
Oh, I don't believe it. The money coming into this place, and they can't manage a few tea bags and a bit of coffee. Hey, do us a favour, Sid. Nip out to the Moby and get a jar, will you, kid? Go on.
What with them skins? Anyway, I've just seen them going out.
I don't believe it. What's wrong with me? Why is it that everything I do just goes wrong?
It's not just you.
All right, then, both of us. I mean, look at that Ron Dixon. He's got it made, you know that? He's just an ordinary bloke like you and me. Do you know something? I know how much he paid for that house. He is rolling in it, I'm telling you.
You got redundancy money, you told me.
Yeah, well, it's a pity you can't get it for being an unemployed no-mark.
Hey, we could start a Moby.
So behave, will you? What with? I've spent the last 2 weeks flogging me guts out trying to sell stuff out of that thing over there. All I've got is what the people have given back to me. I don't know, you try to make an honest living and people look at you as if you're some sort of shyster.
It's because he's got a house, you see. Roots.
What?
Ron Dixon. He's settled, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I had an house, for God's sake. It didn't do me any good, did it?
Yeah, but how many places have you crashed at since then?
I don't know.
About a dozen. See? See, that's what I'm saying, mate. We're too busy running round and looking for a place to kip and scrounging the next meal.
But you're all right, aren't you? You've got your gaff at Mrs. Froggett's.
Yeah, but it's not my own place, though, is it?
Well, it doesn't matter. You've got your tea on the table every night, fried brekkie.
Yeah, but do you think I want to be living in digs forever? Do you think I want to be cleaning windows for the rest of my life?
Look, mate, we are a couple of no-hopers, I'm telling you.
We're not, mate. All we need is a chance.
A chance? Every chance we've ever had has been a disaster.
Santa's sleigh wasn't, was it?
Yeah, well, we didn't make on it, though, did we? Do you know something? I have got more Coronation Street mugs than Granada Television. Do you know that?
See, that's what I'm saying. What we need is a base, something to work for. We could get a flat.
No way.
Why not?
Because I've told you. Don't you listen? Everything we do is a disaster.
Hey, I'm no slob like that Gus you're living with. I wouldn't be trying to get some old tart into the flat every day either, would I?
Listen, if I want to get a flat, I'll get it for myself. No one else.
Oh, well, get one then.
I've got 30 quid's worth of dusters to me name out.
Well, look, if we had the flat, you'd have to work to pay the rent, wouldn't you?
You can forget sharing, all right?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, mate. I'm sick of getting thrown out every morning at 8:30 when it's cold and wet and I haven't got any work.
Margaret?
Margaret? Oh. Hi.
Hi. You're early.
Yes, I've arranged to meet Patricia back here for lunch.
Oh. Thomas is asleep.
Good. Won't disturb him then. Everything all right?
Yeah, he's fine.
No problems?
No, should there be?
Yeah, no. I was just thinking that, well... Hi.
Hi. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'll just go and check on Thomas.
You said anything yet? Oh, God, we should have done this days ago.
I told you that.
Yeah, well, just have to get it over and done with.
How long have you got?
Oh, I'm all right for a minute.
Right. Let's get it over with.
Oh, I'll call her.
I don't want you upsetting her. I want things as they were. I don't want her walking out.
Margaret!
If you were managing director, I could be a bloody house husband, much less complicated.
Yeah, well, if I can't keep a nanny, I'll never be. Margaret!
Just tidying Thomas's bedroom.
Do you hear that? It's deliberate. She's playing us up.
How long are you going to be, Margaret? We want a word.
See?
If I knew employing a nanny was going to be like this...
Whatever you do, don't lose your temper.
I feel like strangling her.
Yeah, well, it was your boyfriend who got killed, like.
Oh, he wasn't, though. I'd only known him for a week, that's all. Instead of getting all upset, I should have realised that he was just some idiot, a no-hoper. And still see his mother's face now. She was destroyed.
Look, you shouldn't think about it.
Oh, I don't really. It's just seeing you. Brought it all back.
Oh, wait, I didn't want to do that.
No, it's all right. Forget it. It's funny, though, isn't it? A car crash like that. It only takes a few minutes and it causes all sorts.
Yeah.
You end up losing your mates. You even lost down.
Yeah, well, if we hadn't have had the crash, I don't think me and Owen would have lasted as long as we did.
Maybe. You and me, though, we've known each other from the first day you came to our school. We were mates, weren't we? I mean, if I hadn't saw you today, I might never have got the chance to talk to you again, ever.
Oh, wait, Liverpool's not that big.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, keep calm, for heaven's sakes. Margaret! Margaret! Do you think she's in some sort of trouble?
Doubt it.
No one can sulk this long about time off at Christmas.
Did you shout me?
You know damn well we
Max,
did.
We wanted to have a talk with you. Things haven't been the same since Christmas, so we wondered if there was something the matter.
I think I'm being put on.
Put on? How?
Well, that's what my mum and dad say anyway.
Your parents.
They don't think I should have to do what you and Patricia expect me to.
Look, it's got nothing
Max,
to do with...
please. What exactly is it that they object to?
Everything.
But what? What exactly?
Well, it's all the cooking and cleaning and planning meals. I'm here to look after Thomas, not do all that.
Yes.
Well, I don't get paid for it, do I? I don't get paid overtime, and I hardly ever get a night off, and even when I do, something always seems to come up, so I have to stay in.
Look, what do you want?
We can't go on like this. What exactly is it you want?
My dad reckons I should either get paid overtime or get more time off.
Fine. No, we know what your dad wants. What about you?
I think he's right.
And if we don't?
I'll have to think about leaving.
Right, OK. I'll see you then. Thanks very much. OK, bye.
Well, what'd they say?
You're not going to believe this, mate.
Oh, don't tell me. You found us a penthouse suite each. Jacuzzi, the works, and all for 20 quid a week.
That's amazing, that.
Stop messing around. What did they say?
How do you fancy being neighbours?
I've told you, no sharing.
No, all right. Nothing but next door neighbours. Unless, of course, you don't want to live next door to me.
Hey, hang on. I never said anything about that. What are you on about?
2 flats in the same building going spare.
You're not, where?
Right here, my mate.
How much?
Well, I mean, he said reasonable. He can't give details over the phone, can he?
Let's see.
Yeah. Come on, I mean, let's go for it. I mean, the least we can do is have a look, isn't it?
Yeah, I tell you, I'd be glad to get away from Gus and his tart. What's the address then, mate?
Hiya. Didn't expect to see you, though.
Aye.
Anything the matter?
Only got turned over this afternoon, didn't we?
What, robbed?
Yeah. Sweets, batteries, cigarettes.
Any money get taken?
No, luckily, it was in my jacket. I just nipped over the road for a second to use the lav, and they were straight in. Flaming kids.
Where was this?
On the far side of the state, you know, by the unicorn there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, Dee. You try to give these people a service, and then their own kids do this to you. Of course, like, nobody saw a thing, did they? And I was only gone a couple of seconds.
What did you tell the police?
What do you think?
Well, leave that road out in future.
Dee, how can I leave that road out? It's good business, isn't it? What I need's a proper shop.
Oh, no.
Oh, this, it's just messing about.
Are you going out again?
I am not. Tell you what, they can do without me for the rest of the day. Watch out, love.
What are you doing? Ron? Have you gone mad?
Not mad, love. I've decided if people are going to rip me off, I'm going to have my share.
What? What do you mean?
This is stage one, love. If I decide to park on their pathway, that's their problem.
Ron, what are you up to?
Like I said, Dee, stage one.
We join the members of a gentleman's luncheon club where they meet half a dozen times a year to indulge in some good hearty food and fine wines in TV dinners next.
Ron, what are you doing?
Call it stage two, love.
Oh, talk sense.
I am.
But you know damn well they're putting a footpath in. You can't stop it now.
Maybe not.
I thought I heard somebody.
Good job, it's me. Could have robbed the place.
Did you give Jonathan's office a ring?
Oh, I didn't get a chance this morning.
Yeah. Just wish you knew where he was.
Do you think he's gone skiing?
I don't know. Hello, Mr. Gordon Davis's secretary, please. Yeah, I'll hold. So, come you home at dinner time?
I just nipped back to check the post. Got my new credit card today. Quick, eh?
Can't wait to get you into debt.
Oh, not again.
Yeah, I'll hold. Oh, what's the rush for?
Oh, I've seen this little shop near the office. It sells these gorgeous kids' clothes.
Hey, you're not using that.
Why not?
Well, just save up. There's no use running up a bit. Hello? It's Terry Sullivan. I rang yesterday. I know he's on holiday, and I know I rang yesterday. It's just, it's urgent. Can you get him to ring me, please? Thanks.
I'm working, you know. I can pay it back.
Can you pay it all off in one go when the bill comes in next month?
No.
Well, save up then. It's no use paying all that interest. Some of them cards you even have to pay for the privilege.
I don't want to save up, thank you. I've seen what I want and I want to get them, okay?
Well, we don't need them now.
Look, they're in the sale last afternoon. It finishes tomorrow.
All right, yeah, come on.
Hiya, mate. Look, I've got to be going, all right?
Just don't go mad, all right?
See you.
See you later. Look, I just nipped across
Playing
this.
with credit cards. It's a mug's game, but try telling her that.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I hope you come to tell me you're fit for work.
Well, not quite. But I've got to go to the docks, and whatever he says, I think I'll be back next week.
Oh, great.
That's if I'm not in Nick by then.
Oh, that burglar you battered.
Yeah. I've got to go and see the solicitor after the doctors.
Oh, at least the professionals are making a few bob, eh? But it's stupid, isn't it? I mean, if someone breaks into your house, you must have the right to sort them out.
Yeah, but I was outside, and so was he.
So what? He was screwing yours, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he had nothing on him. Nothing was nicked. It'd have been better if he'd have had a pocket full of crowbars and bunches of keys.
Well, you just stick with it. And tell your solicitor it wasn't the only break-in we've had round here.
Yeah, right. Look, I better be on my way anyway. Couldn't give us a lift, could you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm waiting for that fella to come from the developers. You know, over this path between ours and next door.
Oh, yeah, right. All right, I'll catch you later.
Hey, good luck with the solicitors.
Yeah, OK. Look, I'll let you know what the doc says. See you later.
It's knocked $2,000 off the valuation of our house.
I sympathise, Mr. Sullivan, but there's no claim you can bring against us. I know you're a sitting tenant, but if you're not prepared to meet the asking price, I can only suggest you buy elsewhere.
But I want this place.
I'm afraid we can't help you.
Well, how about some payment for the inconvenience, then?
I'm sorry, no. The plan for the footpath was laid into the deeds of this house when it was built 8 years ago.
You do know the owner's a solicitor?
I didn't, but it doesn't matter.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't have you in court over this.
I doubt it. If he's a solicitor, it's 10 to 1 he did his own conveyance. Even if he didn't, he'll be well aware of the situation. I suggest you concentrate on beating him down on the asking price.
If I could find him.
Well, must be off. Thanks for the coffee.
What about if you wrote the bank a letter saying it wouldn't be built until after we've had this place?
We mean to go ahead as soon as we can, Mr. Sullivan. I'm sorry.
Ponce.
Do you always park that thing here?
This thing is my living. And yet, you're right, I always park it here.
My apologies.
Who are you, anyway?
Jed Smith, Mondrad Developments. We're doing the building over the other side of the woods.
Is that right?
The footpath's going to be a bit of a nuisance then.
Not to me.
So you'll still be parking here?
Got a living to make, haven't I? That's the general idea, yeah?
Family saloon might take up less space.
Yeah, it might. There again, I'd like to see me run a mobile shop in the boot of a Datsun. That's if I could afford one.
Business not so good then.
Could be better.
Thought that might be the case.
Pardon?
Weren't our people supposed to be here this morning, pegging it out?
The missus said they were, yeah.
No pegs.
They're in the woods at the back if you want them.
Who's responsible for this? Mr. Sullivan or you?
Now, I don't recall giving permission for anybody to pull fences out or knock pegs in.
We do have the authority. I can have fresh pegs put in by tonight.
Fine. As long as you got plenty to spare.
There's a chap like you on every development we have. You know that.
Is that right?
We even have a special file for them. The PIA file. My secretary invented it. The pain in the...
Hey, don't get lippy with me, Geronimo.
No offence, Mr. Dixon.
Yeah, but it might be a game to you. But remember, some of us have got rights.
And I'm not one for solicitors' letters, action committees, public meetings. How much?
Well, you want to hear me speech?
I've got a dozen copies in my PIA file. How much?
At least have a coffee first.
No, thanks. You might just try and charge me. Now, come on, Mr.
Dixon. Ron Dixon.
All right, Mr. Dixon. The question's dead simple.
How much?
Now, Terry there, that is Mr. Sullivan. The bank reckon that footpath must have knocked £2,000 off the price of his house.
I can go up to 300.
Now, whilst I think that £2,000 might be a wee bit ambitious, nevertheless, I would have thought that a reasonable
All right,
offer
500.
would have to be made before we could reach an amicable settlement.
All right, £1,000. And that's it. I mean it. That's final.
OK. There is one other little thing, though. Them shops you're building back there.
What about them?
I want one. What are you laughing at? I'm serious.
It's just that I had you down as a straight cash man. Do you know what the rent's going to be?
Come on, let's have it.
We're talking about 500 per calendar month. It's a lot of cash.
Yes or no?
I need bank references and maybe your accountant.
Forget all that. Yes or no?
Will my people be able to start work without vans in the way and pegs going missing in the woods?
If I get it in writing, yeah.
You're definitely serious?
Definitely. I'll call in tomorrow.
Ah.
Oh, I see. You haven't got authority for that.
Plenty of authority. It's just that I'm away tomorrow. Come into the office on Friday. Fetch the wife.
I'll do that. She'll enjoy picking up the cheque.
Right.
Right.
And get that van shifted, eh?
Maybe. On Friday.
Hell have you been?
Why?
Why? Because one of the flats is gone, hasn't it? 20 minutes ago. If you'd have been on time, we might have stood a chance.
All right. What's the matter with you?
Nothing. I've had a phone call, haven't I, off Kathy? There's Sean's unit's going to the Gulf.
Oh, you're joking.
I'm not. Listen, it's one thing watching Storm and Norman's own videos on the telly, I'm telling you. But when it's your own out there, it's a different matter, isn't it?
Oh, well, someone's got to do it, haven't he, mate?
Yeah.
Look, never mind. Let's go and have a look at this other flat together, then, eh?
I've told you, I'm not sharing.
Oh, come on.
Never mind, come on, I was here first. Get out of it.
What do you mean you were here? Hang on a minute, pal. I saw the flats first,
Get
didn't I?
out of it.
Come on. I'll tell you what I'll do with you, and I'll toss you for it.
Oh, well, all
Yeah,
right, go on, then. Go ahead, yeah.
Want that double-headed coin,
No, it is not. Go on, call.
Heads.
Tails, tough luck.
Hang on, let's have a look.
Tails!
Look, how would you feel if you caught somebody breaking into your kid's bedroom?
That's not the point, Mr.
Look,
Johnson.
I could have killed him, but I didn't. As far as I'm concerned, I did use reasonable force. Unreasonable would have finished him.
The fact is, the man was running away. The law states that reasonable force can be used to prevent a crime or remove him from your home. In this case, it could have been unwarranted.
He's got a bloody nerve.
I agree with you. I couldn't agree more, but you have been charged with grievous bodily harm, and we've got to deal with that.
I want to fight it.
Yeah, I can understand that, but we have to be practical. Now, you may have had a chance, your word against a man with a string of convictions, but the Crown Prosecution Service thinks you have a case to answer. You're up against the system, Mr. Johnson. I strongly advise you to plead guilty.
Look, I was mad. Anybody would be. My kids were in that room.
I know, but unfortunately...
Look, any judge or jury is going to be on my side, surely.
They can't let you off when it is quite obvious that an offence has been committed. They have to abide by the law, and in law, you have committed an offence of criminal assault. Surely you weren't thinking of electing for trial at Crown Court?
If that's what it takes, yeah.
I strongly advise you to settle for a guilty plea at the Magistrates' Court. It's much quicker, cheaper.
I want a jury to decide.
I'm afraid this isn't very constructive. No judge is going to look kindly on a defendant who's patently wasting the court's time.
Waste of time? I'm looking for justice here.
If you want that, it's best to plead guilty and go in with a very strong plea of mitigation. In other words, make the magistrates feel sorry for you. Go for their sympathy.
So I take a charge of GBH. That'll do my career a lot of good.
I can't overemphasize the risk of going to Crown Court. Look, last year, a colleague of mine defended a man who attacked a burglar inside his home. He got 6 months imprisonment, Mr. Johnson. Not suspended, 6 months inside.
It's not fair. Somebody breaks into your home, you can't do anything about it.
Much better to go for mitigation, Mr. Johnson, and there's plenty of it in your case. Anger at having your new home burgled, currently disabled and off work after being violently assaulted yourself, depression at your current situation. I'm sure I can get you something other than a custodial sentence.
So I won't go to jail, that's definite?
Nothing's ever definite, Mr. Johnson, but I shouldn't think so. You've a clean record, etc. I couldn't, of course, guarantee that at a higher court. Now, I'll be in touch again when we've got a court date fixed. You may have to come in again. And here's an interim bill for my fees.
Interim?
Cash flow and all that.
£250?
I realise money's a bit tight, but you applied for compensation for the attack on you.
Did I cause anyone?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You're entitled to compensation for any crime of violence from the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board.
Didn't know that.
Then I should get a claim in as soon as possible. I could help you with that.
How much would I get?
Possibly a couple of grand.
As much as that?
Unfortunately, you'd be unlikely to get a payout in the next 18 months.
Thanks.
Well, did you get it?
What do you think, mate?
Oh, hey.
All's fair in love and flat hunting, eh?
So when'd you move in?
Oh, well, I've got to sort out a few things yet.
Hang on. You didn't get it, did you?
Of course I got it. I've just got to get the rent sorted, that's all. He wants it in advance. 30 notes.
I thought you were skint.
Yeah, well, once I've offloaded me dusters, I'll be laughing, won't I?
Come on, Jimmy, how about sharing, mate?
Don't start that again. I've told you no sharing.
Well, it was my idea, wasn't it?
Listen, if you want to keep me company, you can give us an hand moving in, all right?
Oh, it's not fair, this, eh? He said he'd see me. He said he had loads of people to see. I wrote to him and everything.
He did have loads of people, only he got fed up and he settled on me.
Well, I'll go and give him a mouthful then, won't I? Because I've lost money waiting round here.
You're wasting your time, mate. Because him and me, we hit it off like that. Dusters.
It is on the outside. I told Sinbad to clean these.
He did.
Oh, he's useless.
You got them then?
Oh, yeah, they're gorgeous. Isn't that lovely?
Very nice.
And I thought this would go great with it. And these, cute, aren't they?
I can see it's not rubbish. How much?
They're a bargain if it wasn't for the sale.
How much?
78.
Just for them?
It doesn't have to be paid all at once, you know that.
Yeah, it's still a debt, isn't it? It still mounts up.
Don't be sulky. I got this for you as well.
A jumper? I don't need a jumper.
Oh, you never buy anything new.
Yeah, but that's because I can't afford it, that's why.
Don't you like it?
Yeah, but...
I got it in the place next to the kiddies' place.
How much?
It's a present.
I mean it, Sue. We can't afford this. How much?
I'll be paying it back, not you. 52.
Oh, I don't believe this. You go out and spend over 100 quid on stuff we don't need, and we're struggling to try and get this place.
I can afford it bit by bit.
The fella from the developers was here. They're going ahead with the path, and there's no compensation.
I knew he'd say that. That footpath was planned before these houses were built.
So why the hell go out and make things worse by using that stupid credit card, eh? Mix chop Josie's up. Look, I'm not saying I want to do that. Just leave it at home, will you? You're asking for trouble if you've got that in town with you every day.
If it makes you happier.
It does.
I think I'll give that window a wipe before I have to go for Danny.
Thanks for the jumper.
Oi, what do you think you're playing at?
I'm brushing up.
Ow, I'm not having you working your way into my flat. Go on, get out.
My flat.
What are you on about?
I am now the official tenant.
What?
You didn't come prepared, mate. Once he saw my references, he forgot all about you.
Hey, you, I wrote this. These are fakes, these, so you could get that place on Mrs. Froggett's.
Yeah, and he thought they were great.
I'm not having this. Where is it?
Ah, no, you're wasting your time, mate, because me and him hit it off just like that.
Oh, did you? Well, me and him shook hands on it. All I've got to do is find the rent, that's what he said.
Look, I've paid for it and signed for it.
What? You robbing get. You told me you were skint.
Yeah, for ale money, I am, aren't I? But I've been putting a little bit away in the post office, haven't I, eh? I'm not going to end up starving on the streets again, mate.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it, eh? And you're supposed to be me mate.
Well, I am your mate, yeah. But you wouldn't have thought twice of keeping this place to yourself. At least I'm prepared to make you an offer.
How are you? Well, you can stick it, all right?
Come on, I'll sublet to you. You can share.
How much?
Yes or no?
No. Why should I? He offered it to me. You can stick your poxy flat.
Oh, when he comes back for his money, I'm going to get him to do these again.
I know. I always have to go over them.
I only keep him on, you know, because I feel sorry for him.
What the hell's he up to? I'm sure he thinks he can stop that footpath. I don't see the point.
Terry told me he didn't care about it.
He only pulled up the surveyor's pegs this morning.
Aren't you worried about the effect it'll have on your house? Terry must have told him it's not £2,000 off the value of this place.
2,000? Hey, Ron! I'll see you in a minute.
Sue, Jonathan's just phoned. He doesn't mind dropping the price by £2,000, as long as he gets a quick sale.
Fantastic.
So come on, we go and see the bank tomorrow, eh?
Oh, bless.
I'm not bothered about the house.
Not bothered. We put all we had into the house. We should get compensation.
Yeah, well, I seen the fella from the developers this morning.
Well, what did he say? Will he pay?
He only offered us £1,000. How about that?
Well, next door's has gone down 2,000.
But that's all paper, that, Dee. I mean, who cares? We're not going to move anyway, are we? This way, it's £1,000 spending money.
£1,000, just like that.
Hey, it was me he was up against, you know. And that's not all.
What?
We've only got first pick of them new shops as well. He finally found out who he's up against. We get the offer in writing on Friday.
I don't believe
Honestly,
it.
honestly, straight up.
Was he conning you?
No chance, love, honestly.
Is that why you took those pegs out? Well, get the movie out on the road so they can carry on with it.
Oh, no, not yet. We still haven't reached stage 3 yet.
Oh, aye. What's this?
Now, don't you go worrying about that. You just leave it all to your old man. You just think about that new shop of ours.
And what did they say? I wrecked it all by starting crying.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
I know, but I couldn't help it. It's going to be murder now.
Yeah, well, don't give in. I mean, they're probably thinking that you're going to get fed up now and start doing all the washing and cooking again.
I know. I mean, my dad's right. I should either get more money for the more work I do, or I should get more time off. Mind you, where would I go? I mean, it's no use having time off when I'm stuck here. I'm not going to give in, though. Do you want another coffee?
No, Tom.
No, me neither.
Well, you could always come out with me.
You work nights, though.
Not every night.
What about Tim?
Yeah, well, I don't see him that often. Look, I met an old mate of mine yesterday and she invited me to go out with her. Why don't you come with us?
I don't know her.
Oh, you wouldn't need to with Ronnie. She's dead easy going, she's a good laugh.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. I was thinking of phoning her tomorrow anyway.
Will she not mind?
Of course she wouldn't. I was thinking of asking her if she fancied going to that new bowling alley.
Pff, like we were going to do last time.
Yeah, well, stick up for yourself. Take a night off.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, Margaret, can you give us a hand?
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oops, where's Thomas?
He's had his tears asleep.
Oh, isn't he the lucky one?
Listen, I'll have to be getting off, all right?
Oh, no, don't rush off.
I'm working late.
Oh, well, don't forget about bowling.
No, I won't. I'll ring her tomorrow.
What night shall I take off?
Well, this week's a bit difficult, but we'll be night off next week's Thursday.
That's plenty of notice. Shouldn't have any problems.
Hi.
Hiya. See you, Mum.
Ta.
Ah, you are back. I thought it was you carving up that Peugeot coming off the motorway.
Margaret.
Just got to check on Thomas.
Not more problems.
She deliberately made plans to go out in front of me. She didn't even think to ask if it suited us.
We'll manage.
Oh, you might. What about me? Well, what if she decides to leave?
Well, she won't.
Well, how the hell do you know? Well, she's getting more sullen and awkward every day. I can see it coming.
Voice down.
Well, it's all your ex-wife's fault.
You what?
Well, if she didn't keep demanding more and more of our income, we'd be able to give Margaret whatever she wanted.
Trisha.
Oh, that would really suit her, wouldn't it? I mean, forcing us into the position where we couldn't afford a nanny or even a childminder. Oh, that'd be her revenge, wouldn't it? Just destroying my career.
You just caught me dead. I was on my way to work.
Doc says I'm fit to go back to work next week.
Oh, great news.
I have to work my backside off for as long as I can.
Oh, well, at least I'll get a couple of days off then, eh?
Looking bad, Ted. With the solicitor, you know.
Why, what's happened?
Wants me to plead guilty and get it over and done with. Says I don't stand a chance of getting off with it.
Oh, well, that's stupid, that, is it? I mean, I'd have done the same thing.
Doesn't want me to go any further, he says. If I go to Crown Court and trial on that, he reckons he could jail me.
Oh, that's sick, that. Oh, look, if I was you, I'd still go for it, you know.
How can I? He's just given me a bill for 250 notes.
What, for one visit?
Cost me a bomb to go to Crown Court. Don't even know I'm going to pay this.
Well, like you say, you're going to have to work your backside off.
I've got Josie's debts and all. It's over £2,000.
Joking, aren't you?
I've got the credit card and I'm pressing for that to be paid off. You know, I've got the solicitor's bill as well. Before I got beat up, I was laughing. Everything was going great. I don't know which one to pay first, Tess. I mean, if I pay Josie's debts off, I can't afford the brief. And if I don't pay him, he'll dump me. Doesn't matter what I do, I'll lose. I mean, who's going to employ a fellow who's got a conviction for violence? I could lose everything, Tess. Josie, the house, my job, everything.
We join Hugh Farney Whittingstall next with some of Britain's amateur cooks with something to celebrate in TV Dinners, next on Living.
Never mind, are you, Dad? What are you two doing here?
Oh, we just nipped in for a drink.
Oh, I see. They don't have drinks in the school canteen, like.
We went to Chippy. Just for a change, like.
Does your mum know you're going to Chippy?
Yeah.
I must remember to ask her. Come on, off to school.
Oh, Dad, I just wanted to show Ben around on Mike's car.
You stay well away from that car, yeah? I don't need more squabbling. No, come on, off you go.
Oh, go on, Dad, only for 5 minutes.
Go on, get a move on.
With the money, 250.
You have to see the missus soon. She won't be in till after.
Just a minute. With the money, Max. Did you put these on my lawn?
No.
All right. What's the problem this time?
Chip papers on my front. Are you responsible?
No.
Tony.
Oh, Dad, we were just kicking them round a bit.
Well, if everybody did that, we'd be up to our necks in rubbish, hmm?
I just forgot.
Well, that's what everyone says, but this whole country is full of litter. There'll be a path through here before long. If they see your rubbish, they won't think twice about dumping theirs. This close will resemble a cesspit before long.
All right, Maxie. I think they got the message. Come on, you two. Get this in the bin. Come on, get a move on.
No offence, but I mean, it's got to be dropped into kids. I mean, the streets around here, it's absolutely disgraceful. Do you know how much it costs this country a year for waste collection?
No, I don't, actually.
500 million it costs. That's right. That's a waste of resources, and it's getting worse.
Yeah, well, they won't be doing it again, will they? Not without they want trouble. Right, I've got to go and pick the missus up.
Max, win the money, mate.
No, Margaret pays that. You have to see her.
Well, I've spoken to Margaret. She said she just looks after the baby.
She said that?
Yeah, well, wasn't that what you were arguing about the other day?
How much is it?
£2. £4, please, Max.
Well, there's £1.
There's 3. Cheers, mate.
Either of you two put 1 foot wrong and you'll know about it.
He's cracked him. No wonder our Mike calls him Mad Max. Litter? Hey, shush, will ya?
1 foot wrong.
Sinbad, not till you clean them properly.
Hey, mate. Lend your ladder, kid.
I haven't got it, mate. I'm only collecting.
Oh, you're useless, you. Do you know that?
What do you want it for, anyway?
Well, what's it look like, eh? I've locked myself out, haven't I?
We'll go round the flat and get it.
I can't. Gus is on nights, isn't he, eh? And he's brought that flaming woman back with him again.
Well, it's your flat as well, isn't it?
No, I just sublet, don't I? And anyway, it's embarrassing, you know. Just barging in on them, like, you know.
Well, my offer still stands, you know, and I'm moving in the savvy.
Nah, I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're much happier walking the streets, you know.
They hang on. I'll take it.
Yes, done. And hey, I want the rent regular.
Don't worry, you'll get it.
In advance.
Oh, come on, mate. I've only got 30 quid from me dusters. God knows when I'm going to get any more.
In advance.
Oh, look, will a fiver do you?
Oh, get lost, will you? Come on, 20 quid.
You what? 20? Go and do one. I'll look elsewhere.
Oh, will you? Where else are you going to find for the bluey?
Oh, come on, mate. Couldn't you just let us off for this week?
No, no chance. 20.
Look, OK, I'll share, but just give us a bit of breathing space, will you?
Jimmy, no renties, no sharies.
Look, I tell you what. Call it a tenner. Special introductory offer for a mate and an old pal. Go on, go on,
no,
go on.
no. 20 quid, mate. So stop messing around or you'll have to go somewhere else. Come on.
What's that, 20 a month?
No, it's a week. Come on, stop messing around.
God, I don't
There
know.
you go.
Well, look, you might have to wait for next week's.
No chance. I won't pay in on the dot Fridays. Here. Right. And I'll just go see a man about a bed.
Hey, hang on. What about me?
Well, what's wrong with the one you've got?
It's not mine, is it, soft?
Oh, well, all right. I'll sort you out as well, then.
Cheers. Must be nice having loads of money stashed away.
I've got it all spent, mate. Come on, give us that tenner.
Oh, go away, will you? That's all I've got.
Well, you can pay me the rest in instalments.
God, I don't know. Blackman lives or what?
What?
Nothing.
Right. I'll see you later.
Hey, hang on. I'll need an hand with my stuff.
Oh, get lost. I'm your landlord, not Pickford's.
Hey, but what about food, then? And what about ale and that?
Hiya.
All right.
Haven't you cheered up yet?
What have I got to be cheerful about?
Well, your wife's home for a kick-off. That's better. Have you fixed it then? If Fed we're walking the kids to school?
Hey, I'm not fixing it for us. How can we afford to run a car? If I get this running, it's getting sold.
You only paid 140, you won't get much.
Well, whatever I get, it's going to be far more useful than having this thing just stuck here, isn't it?
I suppose so.
It doesn't seem to have got into your head that we've got to cut back.
You'll be back in work next week, babe.
What if I get jailed?
The solicitor says you won't.
I could still get the sack through a conviction, though, couldn't I?
You're worrying too much.
Look, it's the slackest time of the year in the cows, for God's sake. We can't go on living like we have been doing.
It will be better, though.
We've still got to cut back.
Perhaps I should go to work this afternoon, then.
It's your half day.
No, I could give Bernie a ring at the club, see if he needs a hand, then work right through to tonight.
Forget it.
I'm only trying to help. I could make 25 quid if I work right through.
Look, you're working hard enough as it is. If we're going to get out of this debt, we'll do it by being careful. OK?
Smells garlicky.
Yeah. Doing my party piece for dinner.
What is it?
I thought you'd lost interest in cooking.
Just interested.
Well, it's going to be a cassoulet. It's French bean stew with bacon and garlic sausage.
French hot pot.
I wish my ex-wife could hear you say that.
Hey, listen, don't tell Patricia, but Susanna taught me how to make it.
She a good cook?
Yeah, she is. Very. Oh, damn, and blast, I've gone and forgotten the onions. Means I'll have to go back. you wouldn't mind looking at the
Well,
pans,
I was just going to take Thomas for a walk. I could get them on my way back.
No, it's all right. You sure?
It's on my way.
All right, well, I only need a couple, medium-sized.
Okay, anything else?
No, not unless you can find me a preserved goose.
Goose?
That's what the French use, but we'll have to make do with smoked chicken.
Oh, we might be able to catch a goose on the lake.
No, we'll make do.
See ya.
Hey, Ron, stop rooting.
I'm just looking.
She's only nipped out for some butties. She'll notice you've moved them.
I'm a future tenant, aren't I? I'm entitled to see what's what. There's the shops there, look, see? Gonna be there. There's the footings over there. That's where they're gonna put them.
I wonder when they'll be finished.
Not bothered, eh, love, as long as we get our name down. Gives us a chance to get organised. Decide what we're gonna spend the grand on, eh?
It can't be.
What's that?
I could have sworn I saw our Tony then.
Tony, where?
What's he doing here?
Well, that'll be a short cut, that, to school. Actually, he was at the house before with Benno when I called in.
Doing what?
It's all right, it's chased him.
Well, I hope he wasn't messing around with Mike's stuff. It's got worse since we grounded them. And just because Mike can't touch his car or guitar, Tony thinks it's his right to mess around with them.
Only natural, that thing.
It causes trouble.
Hey, I hope you're not going soft on them two.
I'm just saying.
Right. They stay in till we decide, all right?
Mr. Dixon, hope you haven't been waiting too long. Mrs. Dixon, have you seen the plans?
Yeah, we had a quick look, yeah.
This is your unit here. Here's the written confirmation you wanted and the cheque.
Unit 4?
That's the one. Your tenancy is reserved. Perhaps you'll agree to move your mobile shop now?
Well, actually, I'm not too sure about that.
That was the agreement, Mr. Dixon.
I mean, opening your own shop, you know, it's a big step. Even you fellas are not sure if this development will work or not. I mean, what would happen if I had a big drop in takings? I might have to sell the house. Then what would I do? I've got a family, you know. Where would I live?
We're developers, Mr. Dixon, not a housing association.
That's why I think we'd be better off with, like, another unit, you know. Something like this one here. It's got a flat, you see.
You realise they're a bit more expensive.
Yeah, but it's not just that. I mean, it's a storage space as well. Unit 4's got hardly any, and we're going to need plenty.
I think Unit 4's a good offer.
Suppose we could always take the wheels off the Moby and use it as a shed outside the shop. What do you think, love?
If we said Unit 3, then?
If we put it in writing, then?
Yeah. All agreed, then?
There is just one other little thing. I mean, I've been doing my sums, you know, and shop fit and stock take and all that, you know what I mean? It's not going to be cheap.
I've bent over backwards for you, Mr. Dixon. I really can't help you any more on that.
You could do if you give us the first 2 years rent-free.
Ron?
First 2 years rent-free, the tenancy on that unit. And your fellas can start building that footpath the minute we walk out of here.
No more demands? No changing your mind?
Cross me heart.
6 months rent-free.
Done.
You've got a very clever husband there, Mrs. Dixon.
You're the landlord, not me.
Oh, hey. And what's all this? I'm never going to get my stuff in there.
Listen, I pay me rent. I've got equal rights, haven't I?
Well, give us that other box, then.
I won't. Why should I?
Oh, well, suit yourself. Sleep on the floor, then.
All right. Hey, and listen. Now that I've paid my rent, it better cover me for something to eat, I'm telling you.
I'll do us some tea.
Hey, listen, mate. Do us a favour, will you? Get it on now, because I'm starving.
Hey, look, I'll do it when I am ready, mate. I've got loads to do. I've got these beds to build, and I've got to go round to Mrs. Froggatt's to pick up the rest of me stuff. You can give us a hand if you like.
I don't like. I've got my own gear to get, haven't I?
Have you got more gear?
Just a few bits and pieces that I'm going to flog, that's all.
I don't want any knock-off in here.
Oh, behave, will you?
No, I'm warning you. Look, it's landlord's rules. No knock-off on the premises. You can give us a hand to build these.
Listen, landlords are responsible for repairs and maintenance, and I don't see why tenants should have to fork out for their own beds either.
Hey, the key.
Yeah.
And remember, no knockoff.
Just get the tea on, will you?
Yeah.
I'll put the tea on. Do you want a hand?
Aye, all right, love, yeah.
Do you know what? I keep laughing about you and that Mr. Smith.
I bet he's never had a PIA like me before, eh?
Never mind, Payne. You're a cheeky so-and-so. I nearly died when you asked him about the rent. Sounds too good to be true.
Hey, that's nothing to them, you know. Building the shops, that's the real PIA for them. It's just a concession to build all them houses. Can't wait to move in, though.
Do you think we'll manage it? It'll be a big bill every month on a new shop, won't it?
We'll manage.
You know we agreed for me to give up my job. Do you think I should carry on for a wee while?
You can't do that, Dame. We're in need you, aren't I? Before we know where we are, I'll have to take on staff.
Yeah, that's a big responsibility, isn't it?
Won't be like this, you know. We'll have larger stock, so we'll have a bigger turnover. And hey, if we start selling newspapers, we'll have to do it 12 hours a day.
Hey, I don't want you working yourself into the ground.
I'm doing 12 hours a day most day on this as it is, aren't I? Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
Can we have some crisp?
No, your tea's ready shortly.
I'll go on, Mum.
One each.
Come on, Mum.
Hey, what's all this about you two sneaking round here at lunchtime?
Oh, we went to Chippy. I wanted to show Ben and Aldo Mike's car.
I don't want you touching Mike's car, and I don't want the both of you coming round here and we're not here. We haven't forgotten that business about the video.
And hey, you two can stay well away from that building site, yeah?
We haven't been there.
Yes, you have. Your mother saw you there this afternoon.
I knew it was you.
What were you doing there?
Looking at the new shops. What were you doing there?
Are we getting one?
Maybe.
You mean maybe it's definite?
Oh, don't tell everyone yet.
Why not, dear? You know we're getting in writing.
Well, I want to be sure before we tell anyone.
Yeah, but what are we going to do with Moby?
We're going to sell it. Right, you two. Get busy on them spuds.
Oh, Dad!
Unless you've got the money to pay for them crisps.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to make a phone call.
Who to?
That whiz kid with the ponytail. I'm going to tell him if that letter's not here by the morning, the deal's off.
You can't do that.
Dee, if it sets your mind at rest, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
I wish we could have this when your dad's finished with it. And go round the world like my granddad does. What's he doing now? He's doing it now. He went after Christmas. Isn't that fun of his? Do you know what he said? He sent me loads of postcards and that, but he hasn't sent me anything. He isn't going through the Middle East, is he?
I'm going to fetch the kids.
Flaming Dane.
No joy?
I need an auto electrician to give it a proper going over. I can't get it right.
Can Terry help?
No one can help unless they've got money for spares. Oh, it's doing me head in. If I just had a few bob.
Yeah, coffee.
Oh, I can't stand this worrying over money.
Look, I'll get you something nice for a tea, all right?
Look, I don't want anything nice. I want something cheap, cheap and ordinary.
Only offering.
Look, I'm trying to do this, but everything's just going in my head. The solicitor's bill. How long we've got till the court case. How long we've got to scrape his money together. Then there's a credit card debt. You know, nearly all next week's wages is going to go on them. That's if the solicitor doesn't hassle me first.
Like you said, we're going to have to cut back.
Don't you think I'm trying to think how we can cut back? But how can we, eh? We're barely existing now.
Well, there's the phone and the electricity and that.
Oh, the phone, yeah, we can cut back on that, but not the lecky. How can we? It's winter.
I can't think of anything else.
We're going to have to watch every penny from now on. Do you hear?
2 onions. Hope I'm not too late.
No, I'll do them separately and then I'll mix them in. No, I hate doing onions. Make my eyes run like hell.
My nana always does them underwater. It works. Just fill up the sink and use that.
Oh. Would you like to do them? I've got some calls to make.
I've got to give Thomas his bath.
Mr. Smith's secretary's just rung. We'll have it in the morning. Did you hear?
Oh, sorry, love.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Just something that Tony said before, you know. We haven't heard anything from my dad.
Well, that's not unusual.
I know. He's off on that soft trip of his, isn't he? I hope he's all right, Dee.
Oh, we've heard if he hasn't.
Can you remember the last time he just disappeared?
It was after your mum died, wasn't it? I just met you.
I had to get the police after him then. Thought he was going to do himself some harm.
He was away for 6 weeks, wasn't he?
10? He just took off to South Wales, got himself a job on a building site. He'd never worked on the buildings in his life. Had to borrow a van off the bloke up the road and go down to Newport and pick him up.
He was a bit disturbed then, though, wasn't he? There's nothing wrong with him now. Well, why don't you nip up after supper and see if the neighbours have heard anything?
Could have did him on a Park Estate. I never ever thought he'd do this round the world thing, you know, Dee. God, I hope he's okay.
Oh, he'll turn up. I mean, he turns up when you least expect him and when you don't want him.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Just wish he'd have sent our Tony a postcard, though, you know. He said he would.
I know, he doesn't even send the kids their birthday card, does he? Let alone write.
No. Oh, well.
Hey, and don't you be telling him about the flat over the shop.
No chance.
Do you think we'll manage it? You know?
Hey, I phoned him up, didn't I, to make you feel happier about all this?
Yeah, I am happy. It's just a bit frightening.
He said exactly the same thing before we bought the house, and everything's all right, isn't it? Look, love, we both wanted that shop, and we got a lot easier than we thought we would. And I'll tell you something else. I'm going to make a go of that place, Dee. I've got a graft 24 hours, never mind 12. You happier now?
Yeah, well, I'd be really happy if he'd sorted this Mike and Jackie thing out.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, mates. Hey, listen, before you start, all this is kosher, right? Sheets and everything, so I might as well make use of them, OK?
You got any to spare?
Tenant provides his own bed and stick that in your rules. We've done those beds yet, have we?
Aye, I mind the paint.
What the flaming hell do you call these?
Smart, aren't they?
You what? I'm paying 20 quid a week. What are you on?
Well, they were cheap.
I'm not surprised. They're for flaming kids, these soft dollies.
All right, they're dead comfy.
Comfy? And what about me then, eh? Where am I going to put my feet? Out through the emergency exit?
Well, you'll just have to curl up a bit, won't you?
Hey, you. I'm having the bottom bunk.
You're not having the bottom bunk.
I am.
No chance. I'm not having you on the bottom.
Why not?
Because hot air rises, that's why not.
You what?
Yes, and I'm not going to be above you when you've had a chicken vindaloo and a skin full of ale.
Listen, you're the same, for God's sake.
So I'm the landlord.
You what? Oh, listen, mate, come on, I've got to have the bottom bunk, you know. What about me weak blinds? I've got to get to the boat quick, haven't
Well,
I?
I'll just have to take a chance, won't I?
I'm warning you, Sinbad.
Don't worry, I'll be all right. Hey, listen, your skin, this is the last can as well.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? You skin me for 30 quid and then you start acting up like flaming Rackman.
Who's this Rackman?
Let's just say that he was a landlord who wasn't very popular with his tenants, all right? He died very sudden of a massive heart attack, so you better watch out, you.
Oh, get up there and test it, will you? What's the deal?
Ow! Ow!
Hey, you'll break these.
I hope they collapse and crush you to death.
You all right, mate?
No, I am not all right. I could report you for this. Do you know that? And where's me telly anyway? I want to watch me telly.
Oh, the landlord said he can't get the aerial fixed till Monday.
Monday?
Yeah.
Well, that's great, isn't it, eh? No ale, no money, no nothing. I couldn't lend us a few quid, could you?
I can't, mate. I'm going out tonight.
Oh, God, I don't... Go and get the tea on then, will you, eh?
Oh, I haven't done any.
You what? Why not?
Well, I didn't need to go to the shops, did I? Because when I went round to Mrs. Froggatt's for me stuff, she gave me tea.
You...
It's gone down okay?
Yeah, she's here.
Right. Sit down.
Smells lovely.
Hi.
What's all this?
Dinner on the table for the working lady. I know it's ages since I've done this, but a bit on the fatty side. However, right, sit down, I'll serve.
I want to have a word with Margaret first. What exactly is it you want?
Oh, more money for the extra work I do, or more time off.
In that case, I'm afraid we really can't afford to keep you on. I want you to go upstairs, pack what you need, and go back to Oldham for the weekend. We'll pay all your fares.
Now?
Yes, now. Max and I need time alone to consider what's to be done.
We join Hugh Fernie Whittingstall next with some of Britain's amateur cooks with something to celebrate in TV Dinners, next on Living.
You look tired.
I'm knackered.
The first few days of getting back to work, you knew you'd find it difficult. Why make it even harder?
Look, I had to start back on nights.
Why? Terry wouldn't have minded.
Look, Terry's been busting a gut for weeks. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have a job at all. Besides, that's not the point. It's bottle, that's what it's all about. If you fall off a bike, you get back on or else your bottle goes.
You get beaten half to death, you compare it to a bicycle.
Look, I'm not going to let Terry down, and that's for certain. It's about the only thing that is.
I know it's harping on, but nights when fights happen, they're more likely.
And if they do, I'll walk away.
Won't mind the kids when I go to the club. I know I didn't get there last night.
I knew it. That's what's bugging you. You're not concerned about me at all, are you?
Mick, I spent all this money. It's for me to earn it back.
Oh, we'll talk about it later. You better get off to work or you'll be late. Then you won't even have a daytime job.
I love you, Mick. I know it's the worst time. But the landlord sent a letter on that came to the old flat. I think he had it in for me, else he would have let it lie there still. Came the other day, but I couldn't face showing you.
Why?
Read it. You'll see it's under the bread. It's not my fault.
Honestly, anybody would think you invented that machine, not that we loaded it once.
Is he all right?
Yes, he's playing his cot.
Oh, good. Fine. We're organised then.
Are we?
Yeah, she's just popped outside. She'll be in a minute.
This long to bring in the milk?
I think she might be talking with Mike.
Us she should be talking to.
Well, give her a chance. She only got back late last night.
And she slept in on purpose. I think she's avoiding us, Max.
Come on. I mean, I was all ready to talk about this on Friday. So was she, for all we know. You packed her off to Oldham.
All right, maybe I was avoiding it then, but I certainly want it settled now, and the sooner the better.
You're worried, aren't you? You're worried that she'll just take you at your word and say, OK, I'm off.
Well, yes, I want her to stay, but so do you.
Agreed, but there's a difference. I'd still be prepared to consider a rise. You told her no more money.
Maybe she'll back down.
She spent the weekend with her parents in the indoctrination class, getting psyched up, ready for battle.
Well, help me to pay her more then. I can't, unless we can agree that I pay less here on the mortgage and the housekeeping. Oh, never mind. Will you do the washing up for me, please? I'm going upstairs to check on Thomas.
Look, I'd just like to get to work. Surely she'll do a few dishes.
Not if she's sacked, she won't.
That Tony's got it in for him. No packs with Max or something.
It's doing some chip papers, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, do you get on with him?
Yeah, he's all right. Better than her. Mind you, she's not around all that much. Well, I don't know. She's okay. I mean, she's been dead sweet about my room, you know, making it dead nice. It is nice. And the house is nice. I like the way there's trees all around.
Yeah. Oh, well, neighbours are sound, aren't they?
Sammy's all right.
Yeah. And, there's even a fella who'll take you out. That's if you don't mind waiting a couple of weeks.
Who has to wait for fellas? I'm going on a girls' night out with Sammy. We're going to a really good time.
That might be a bit dicey, mightn't it? Thought you said you might end up back in Oldham. You might get the sack.
Yeah.
Well, are you properly qualified?
Dropped out of college.
So?
Well, it doesn't mean I have to be slave labour, does it?
And I get the feeling you'd like to stay.
I do, Mike, but it's not the point, is it?
Margaret.
See ya.
Thanks a lot. Needed inside.
Okay.
Thank you. That's my diary. It's private, that. Speak to it like a friend.
Oh, do you? Well, you don't tell him much. There's nothing in it. Sends me off to sleep there.
This sends you off to sleep. You're joking, aren't you? It's like living with a hibernating frog.
Yeah, well, don't blame me. Blame your flat.
Me flat?
Yeah, your flat. It's cold. You get frostbite if you're not in bed. And if you are in bed, you fall asleep.
So how come you were blaming me diary?
Because it's boring. It sends me off to sleep, doesn't it? I'll tell you something, Sinbad. Your life, it's empty. It's the pit. Do you know that? Yeah. Toast on Monday. Bog, Rupert Street. Tuesday, toast, bog, Lansdowne Road.
So, it's important to be regular.
Oh, is it? High drama, that's very interesting, isn't it? Do you know your trouble, mate? You want to get some action into your life, you.
Oh, what would you suggest, mate?
I'll tell you what I'll suggest. Earning a few bob, getting some dosh together so that you can eat this freezing flat.
You choose to live here as well, didn't you?
Yeah, and I'm forced to spend my life in bed, aren't I? That's worse than your life, that is.
So what happened to all the big plans, like, you know, like the market stall?
You've got to work your way up slowly to that, haven't you?
So what's next?
Tell you what's next. Car boot sales.
What's stopping you?
What do you think? We haven't got a car.
What's stopping you putting the word around that you're looking for stuff to sell or going out and collecting stuff to sell? But you've borrowed cars before. You've begged and borrowed them.
I've used up all me favours.
Hi, Maxie. You want the pools, then?
I'm doing all right, thanks.
You've heard?
I got the job.
Oh, you clever man. Mwah.
I think so, too. And you know, this could solve it, couldn't it?
What?
Yeah, Margaret.
Well...
No, look, it's 3,000 more a year.
Did you say you wanted me to get some shopping? Yeah, just the basic, please, Margaret. Nothing extra.
Just look after Thomas, that's fine, until we sort things out tonight.
So, I can have my dinner as normal. You've still got your house and board, Margaret. We're not about to chuck you out onto the streets.
No, this is the way out. It's got to be.
You mean use it to pay her more money?
Well, why not?
Well, 1,000 will go to the taxman for a start, then Susanna's bound to grab her share.
1,000, say, for Margaret.
We're back where we started. It just doesn't make sense. Besides, it's not just a question of money.
She thinks we exploit her.
Her father thinks we exploit her.
Well, all right, she feels as if she's exploited, and that's what it's all about.
It's about what I need from her in order to be able to work against what she's prepared to do.
Look, we said when we get home tonight, we'll sit down and discuss it, and we won't get up until it's resolved.
Fine. Then we'll resolve it.
Tell me this. What happened on January the 28th, 1788? Go on, answer that if you can.
Couldn't you tell me my diary's boring?
No, hang on, will you? The first penal colony in Australia was founded, right? Now, if we'd have been alive then, on this day in 1788, where do you reckon we'd have both been, eh?
We'd have been on a ship awaiting transportation.
Exactly. Because we'd have both been a pair of robbers. We'd both be on that ship waiting transportation. Because we go together, mate, right?
Well...
No, look, it's like those statuettes I had to flog. Do you remember? I had the job lot 10 pair, only 2 of them were chipped. Do you remember?
Pinky and Peggy?
No, the other, you know, the tall, skinny fella, Don Quixote. Now, look, he wouldn't have let his little mate down, would he, eh? His little sidekick. You know, the little funny fat one, Sancho whatever.
Panda.
Yeah, Sancho Panda, yeah. Because they go together, don't they? Like us, we go together. So we'll both collect. All right?
Look, love, Jackie knows why she can't go out. I thought she might have told you.
I've nothing to do with it, and I'm even kept in.
Hey. You dropped a dirty video. That's why you're included.
What's the point, Jackie? I mean, if I'm going to make an exception for you, what do I do about the lads?
Yeah, well, they've got nothing special on. How do you know? What? Playing tricks on him next door?
It is my birthday, Mr. Dixon, and it's only once a year. And if Jackie's not there, my best mate, well, half the fun's gone. I'd feel last, I would, that's all.
Listen, love, there's been loads of trouble in this house. Now, I'm not doing this just to be heavy, you know.
Only tight. Because I didn't wind the whole thing up, you know. Oh, but look who comes off the worst.
And who did then, Jackie? Your brother? Who?
Mike?
Oh, she thinks I wound it up.
We did have some drugs, Jackie.
Yeah, well, it wasn't my idea, was it?
Did you object?
No, but it did before.
Before when?
Before when I had the fight.
Well, if you'd explain that, I could understand it. If you want us to be fair with you, you've got to be straight with us.
Well, I want to be.
Well, what's stopping you?
Look, she just thinks 'cause I'm the eldest, right, I should be responsible. She just blames me, that's all.
Come and get your keks, Tony. I finished them.
And hey, get yourself decent, will you? There's young ladies present here.
Bet she's seen worse.
Look, you've embarrassed her now, look.
Oh, go on, that's right. I'll have a good laugh about it. It's only me that's not allowed.
Look, Jackie, the police might prosecute you and then none of us will be smiling. And yet maybe you're right. Maybe he is more to blame than you. But he's taking his punishment without complaining, and you've got to do the same. So, my love, I'm sorry, the answer's no.
Hey, don't be saying sorry to her. It's me you should be apologising to.
Hey, that'll do, madam. Your mother's right.
Oh, she always is, isn't she? 'Cause I've got no chance now.
Jackie?
Sit. Have you seen the Dixon's junk? It's gold, mate. I love it.
Well, yeah, go and ask him this, the van.
No. Look, it needs a roundabout approach, doesn't it? Nothing too direct, needs a bit of thinking over, right?
Have you found the keys yet?
Oh, aye, great minds think alike. I'll tell you something. It's warmer than your place, Poncho.
It's Sancho, and I've told you it's not my place.
Oh, isn't it? Well, I wouldn't have picked a flat like that. I'll tell you something. I wouldn't put an Arctic fox in there.
Oh,
Do you know that?
wouldn't you? Yeah,
no,
well,
I wouldn't.
He's still trying to flog them household goods.
Nah, moved on, mate. Diversifying.
Oh, Dad, when you think about it, my mum hasn't even spoken to Jan to get a point of view.
You still don't get it, do you, Jack? If you get lippy with your mother, she'll only dig her heels in more. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know, but Dad, she treats me like a kid, now I'm not.
Oh, well, that's something you've got to prove, isn't it?
Come on, Dad, be fair. I mean, think how hard I've tried at me swimming. I mean, I've been knocked about the team, but I've still stuck at it. I did good times. And look where I am now. I mean, I haven't trained all week because of you.
But you're not asking to go to the bats, are you, Jack? You're asking to go to a party where there's lads and booze and maybe even drugs about.
Oh, come on, Dad, drugs with Jan. I mean, it's a birthday party and it's in her house.
Yeah, but from my point of view, you act stupid. You get yourself caught. You bring heartache to me and your mum, then you turn around and give us grief because you can't go out and have a good time. Oh, no, that's all we need.
You're gonna have to tell him what's happening, then.
Unless you volunteer for the job. Hiya, Dad. Long time no see.
Been on exercises up at the High Peak.
I thought the mood you'd have been had got you.
Ah.
Have you had any thoughts, Margaret, over the weekend?
Well, I've thought about what I'm doing here. Like, where's this job leading to?
You're saying you don't want to stay? Not under any terms?
Well, see, because it's a dead-end job, well, that's all the more reason it should be better paid and better working conditions. I mean, my dad reckons bin men should be paid more and people who wash up in big hotels.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they should, but perhaps we should stick to nannying.
What are you saying exactly? There's no job satisfaction?
Well, at this age, it's mainly saying no and mopping up things they've messed with. That's it, basically.
Oh, come on. I mean, he's learning to talk now. It's becoming a two-way thing. He communicates with you, he's responsive. And above all else, he's so trusting.
Well, maybe you should try stopping at home and looking after him.
Well, I tell you what, I get more from him than I do from the dummies I have to deal with at work. Well, anyway, I'm sorry you feel like that.
The thing is, Margaret, perhaps you're looking at it the wrong way. I mean, you're seeing it just as a job, but in fact, it's also your home, and we want you to feel at home, to feel part of the family.
But it is a job as well.
Yeah, that's true, but because it's also your home, is it really so terrible to be involved in the work of running that home?
Well, other nannies aren't. They just look after the children. I know my dad's checked it up with the nannies agency.
Yeah, but then you're not one, really, are you? You didn't finish your training.
Yeah, except we did take her on
as a nanny, yeah, fair enough. Anyway, I'm not really bothered about all these others. I just want someone who's part of us, loyal to us.
But I can't work all the hours God sends.
We won't ask you to, but Patricia can't do her job properly unless she has help at home.
Just light domestic duties. I mean, so you'd be more like a mother's help than a nanny.
And how many hours a day would I have to work?
Well, we'd try to leave all your evenings free. I'd aim to babysit for Max, and Max would aim to babysit for me.
Aim.
Yeah. And when that didn't work out, or we had to go out together, then we'd pay you extra for babysitting. We wouldn't just lump it in with your wages the way we used to.
And this is instead of having an all day off?
No, 1 day free a week, so long as you're prepared to be flexible.
It's difficult for Patricia to know when her deadlines are going to be, you see.
I mean, it's my job. I know it makes it difficult, but that's why I don't want just anyone. I need someone who can understand the sort of pressures I might face.
You see, we lead these stupid, hectic lives, and we need to be stable here. We need continuity, not chop and change.
And he's happy with you, Margaret. That's the point. I mean, against that, nothing's important.
And I'm happy with him. I wouldn't want some other nanny coming in and taking over. I'd be jealous. But you see, the thing is, anywhere else, I'd be on 75 a week, and for doing far less than I'm doing here.
Well, I've been asking around too, and 75 seems fair to us.
Yeah, a fair old rise, well above inflation.
And what about tax?
Yeah, well, you would just slip into a tax ban, but that's okay. We can cope. We'll pay that as well. And your national insurance, that seems standard.
Oh, my dad will be really chuffed. He's been on and on at me about my card.
So long as you understand our terms.
That you sort of are, Nanny, too.
Yeah, OK.
In the snows, on the top, bigger than that.
And you really saw it?
Well, I only seen the footprints, though, and I didn't see the actual beast itself.
The Yeti of Kinder, eh?
There's some very strange beasts up there. There's wallabies running wild.
And there's some old men who should know better.
Weren't you cold?
Cold? I'm used to the extremes. In Burma, I was young, it's true. I was stood temperatures of 80 or 90 degrees. No, it was the humidity.
Didn't you sweat a lot?
We all had fungus feet. All our socks rotted off. Who did they get to negotiate for soap? Who was it saved them before gangrene set in?
You, of course.
The quartermasters lot gave us soap, and I gave them dancing lessons. In any dispute, who did they choose to mediate? It's not a skill you lose.
Yeah, and who are you mediating for?
Look, see, this is not just any old birthday party. This is Jackie's best friend.
You don't understand, Dad. And we don't, at this point in time, want you undermining us, all right?
You can be too hard on a girl. I was too hard on my own daughter, Mary.
I know that.
And I've regretted it ever since.
Well, why not make amends? I mean, forget the Great Silk Road Trail. I mean, what about the M6 to Glasgow? Why didn't you take it? I would. I mean, why didn't you make amends before it's too late? She'd like that.
It's not that simple.
Well, neither's this. We've said what we had to say to Jackie, and it is as it stands, Dad.
All right.
You going out again, Ron?
Oh, too right. You can pick up some trade when the shops are shut.
Grandad, my dad says the shop will be open in the evenings.
Will you just clear up this table? We're going to be eating on it soon, Tone.
You having your tea with us, won't you, Dad?
There's a certain little lady I'm going to look up. I'm timing it for supper time. I might just get a welcome there, you know what I mean.
Look, Dad, it's not that you're unwelcome.
It's just that we've had a bit of a rough time lately, you know.
Of course he knows. Why do you think he come back? It's a feeling soldiers get. Isn't that right, Grandad?
You're a good lad, Tone. I might just drop in and make a cup of cocoa when I get back. Right? I'll take it out and drink it in the car, of course.
All right, Daniel.
Come here, Tone. Look, don't talk to your Grandad about the flat. Will you talk to him about the shop instead?
Dad, there'll be room for a snooker table, right?
There'll be room for my stock.
And a snooker table?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah, but no room for me Grandad.
Tone, it wouldn't work out.
I know you exaggerate a bit. Some's true.
Well, so there you are, Jackie. I've done my best. They won't budge. You might as well accept it.
Yeah, thanks.
No, that's sensible. You work hard. Look, I'll sort it out. Next week, back to normal.
And have you?
What?
Jan's party? Oh, don't do that. Look, have you accepted you can't go?
Look, it's a long time till Thursday.
Do you really think we lead stupid lives?
I didn't say that.
You did.
No, I said stupid, hectic lives. I didn't just say stupid.
You're blaming me. My job.
No, I'm not blaming anyone. I mean, look at me. I'm 30 years old. I've got 3 kids and 2 marriages. You know, I think we should do more together. You, me, and Thomas.
Yeah, you're right. Well, Alex is doing storyboards at the minute, you know, toxic waste. Seems to be taking him forever. Once they're in, I'll be up to my eyes, but I could take a day off now.
Well, Wednesday's good for me. Where should we go?
I've been wading through loads of stuff at work about the reuse of land, you know, destruction of natural habitats, and the conservation of wetlands.
So?
So there's a wetland centre at Martin Mere.
Oh, we put a Wellingtons on, do we, and go and drain the marshlands?
Wildfowl and wetland centre. Geese, ducks and things. Thomas would love it.
Who's the creative department at your place? Alex?
Accounts managers are allowed to have ideas too.
Good one. All right, we'll go.
You didn't have to do this, Mick.
Keep your voice down, will you?
You already cut up my store card. What else do you think I was hiding?
I thought there might be more cards. The people like you just have the one.
People like me?
Oh, you know, the big spenders, eyes bigger than the bank balance. Only in this case, my bank balance.
But I told you there was nothing else. Oh, that's just from the shoe shop where I worked. It's all paid off, you want to know.
And what about your poll tax? That's not paid off, is it? 449 quid.
Well, I didn't think they'd find me here. That landlord hated me, he really did. He could have torn it up.
What did you do when you first got it? Just ignore it.
Well, more or less. Well, that was a time when I might have moved in with Tony, when I was up in the air. Poor tax, one of the things that scared him off. The thought he might end up having to pay for me. Well, anyway, we got back together. So I thought if I moved in here, they'd never ever find me. Just goes to show, doesn't it?
So when did you decide that? After or before you moved back? Well, the way you said it just now, you might have thought, well, if I move back with Mick, I won't have to pay the poll tax, because I disappear. It's as good a reason as any.
No.
Oh, there was more reasons why you came back.
You knew there were. You know there were.
I'm not so sure.
I didn't hear that.
It's all right. This is yours, I think. I'm off. I've got a living to earn.
Yo, dude! Hugh Fernley Whittingstall goes to a 70s soul food feast themed around the cult movie Car Wash. Yeah! Next on Living.